Hola chicos! I just wanted to make you another video to inform you guys on important updates and steps moving forward using Schoology and my class. And also I wanted to give you today's lesson via a video so that you guys can listen and watch to what I want you to learn, and then I'll also give you notes on it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is your grade book. So right now, if you guys look on Schoology on the left-hand side over here, it says grade book. Anything that's in that grade book is not your updated average. So that's just for all the activities or all the assessments that you do in Schoology. It is not your actual grade. So if you are interested in looking at your updated grade, you have to go on eSchool. Okay, so a lot of things in the grade book in Schoology, for example, last week, if you completed all of the work, no matter what your score was, you were going to get 100 for that classwork. Let's say some people were very worried that they didn't get a good grade on one of the classworks last week, and so I'm going to give you 100% for completion. So your grade book in Schoology is not the actual grade. You must look on eSchool. Talking about that, moving forward, anything from this point on, so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week and the rest of the school year, any kind of assessment, activity, or anything that you do on Schoology, I will be counting that numeric grade, no matter what. So if you get a 65, you're getting a 65. The thing that's really awesome with Schoology is that for specific things, so if we're just doing a practice activity, or if we're doing a discussion or anything, and I'll tell you when, you get 3 attempts to complete it. So let's say today, on the screen here, it says STEM changing verbs practice. That is just a practice and is counting as classwork. So if you do the STEM changing verbs practice, and let's say you get a grade that you're not happy with, you have a second attempt and a third attempt to complete it. And I will be taking the highest score. If you guys complete STEM changing verbs practice and you get 100 the first time, you do not have to do the second and third attempt, okay? So that's just for you guys to practice more and trying to get the best grade that you possibly can. Moving on to the third thing, attendance. This is super important. I hope you guys are listening. You must sign on to my course. So up here it says courses. You must log in to my actual course on Schoology to receive attendance for that day. You have the entire day from like 8 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. of that day to go into my course. So for example, this is a lot of people were having questions about this. So if I go onto my Schoology homepage, so this is my Schoology homepage, and on yours will maybe look a little bit different. On the right-hand side, it'll say like reminders, this is overdue, or if it'll say like upcoming assignments. If you just click on, let's say it's a Spanish test, and you click on a Spanish test over here without actually going into my course, it is going to not register into the attendance. The only way to register into the attendance is if you physically go to courses, and let's say you're in my Spanish 2 period 2 class, and click on that, and you are in my actual course to receive credit for attendance. If you do not do that, I will mark you absent no matter if you do the work or not. And that's that. That's my 3 things. So recapping, number 1 is the grade book. Schoology is not your actual grade. You must go on eSchool to look up your updated average. Second one, I'm counting your classwork as numeric grades. Anything that's counting as classwork and a numeric grade, so 0 out of 100, you get 3 attempts. And then the third thing is you must log on to my course to receive attendance credit for that day, or I'm marking you absent, no questions. All right, so today, once again, so we're in my little page. If you go to daily assignments, and then we have Lunes el 20 de abril. You click on this. You guys already did it, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. So today I want to talk about the verbs leer, oír, and morir. So when you guys get a chance, you can just watch this, but after I want you guys to copy down the notes in your notebook. So talking about leer, oír, and morir. So in the beginning of the year, we talked about the preterite. We talked about regular verbs. We talked about irregular verbs. Now we're going to talk about stem changing verbs in the preterite. So here, and that you guys have this this resource in my course, so you can always access it. So it says apuntes, stem changing and irregular verbs in the preterite. So it says, as you know, the endings in the preterite, the past tense are, for the AR verbs, aste o, amos, aron, and then the ER-IR verbs, iste, io, imos, and ieron. It says, don't forget the accents in the first form and third forms over the very last letters. So in the yo form and the LAU stead form, and in the ER-IR on the I, and then the EO. However, there are a few irregular verbs in the preterite that have changes in their stems, right? And we're only going to talk about 3 verbs this week. We're going to talk about leer, oír, and morir. So these are the 3 verbs that are going to receive the stem change. So here it says, take a look below at how these particular verbs change and then copy them in your notebook. So first it says leer, to read. So if we were to use the regular verb endings up here for the ER-IR verbs, be leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, and then leyeron. If you guys notice here that the LAU stead and AOS form, all it is the I changes to a Y. So for example, if you see here, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. If I was to conjugate it regularly, it would be L-E-I-O. That is a ding, ding, ding moment because in Spanish, 3 vowels next to there's never 3 vowels next to each other ever. Like ever. And a lot of people say, oh, well, McMahon, Y is a vowel. Not in Spanish. Okay, so anytime there's 3 vowels in a row, all you do is change that I to a Y. So that's why it's leyo. That's why it's leyero. Now the verb oír says to hear. The middle vowel changes to a Y as well in the third person. So it's yo oí, tú oíste, él oyó, nosotros oímos, and then ellos oyeron. And if you guys see here, if I was to conjugate it regularly, there's a ding, ding, ding moment because there's 3 vowels. Anytime in Spanish there's 3 vowels, what do? All you do is change that I to a Y. So it's oyó, oyeron. Only in the third person. And the same thing for morir, to die. So yo morí, tú moriste, ella y usted murió, nosotros morimos, and then ellos murieron. If you guys see, this O, just like up here it says, this O changes to a U in the third person. And that's it. So those are our 3 verbs. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, McMahon. Those are our 3 verbs. The leer, the middle vowel changes to a Y. In the third person, leyó, leyeron. Oír, the middle vowel changes to a Y. Oyó, oyeron. And then morir, the O changes to a U. Murió, murieron. And those are our 3 verbs in the preterite tense that are stem changers for right now. So thank you very much. If you guys could, when you go back to the course, now I want you guys to go on to parte dos, review notes on leer, oír, and morir, and copy them in your notebook. Then part 3, I want you to complete this activity, stem changing verbs practice. You have 3 attempts. I'm taking the numeric score for your highest attempt, okay? And then comprendiste, you guys, once again, you have 3 attempts. All right, good luck. Thank you very much. Adios. Hablamos.